Hello. It's been a couple of weeks since my last update. I managed to make it about 3 years, but I've been down with COVID for the last week and a bit, so I've not been able to make as much progress as I'd like, but I do have a couple of things I'd like to show here. Some fairly significant back-end changes. I have made significant changes to the interaction between ship hulls and the water. Drag has been reduced, but hydrodynamic forces have increased, so the ships will generally react to the water a little more strongly, a little more intensity to the pitch and roll. It's a little extreme right now, but still in progress. I find that it reacts better to a wider range of conditions than it previously did. Next up, I have animated the more static components of the rigging. I've added ribbons and semi-procedural animations, so they will vary depending on the intensity and direction of the wind, but they aren't fully dynamic like the more interactable ropes. But I feel it's an important addition. Helps the deck feel alive and a little more reactive overall. This is the caravel here. You can see the same animations have been added to the static rigging here, as well as the water interaction has been changed in a similar way, though it's a bit more dramatic on this hull, simply because it's a much lighter, smaller ship. Another change is I have added real-time mesh generation for some of the ropes, rather than the line renderers like you see in use here. So they're a little more heavyweight, but not quite to the degree of the fully dynamic ropes. So when the player is going to be looking at them up close, I feel they work a little bit better, but still a fair bit of work to do on those. The last thing for this update is very much in testing. I'm not sure if it's something I intend to keep or not. It's a little bit anachronistic for the sort of tech level I have going here, but it makes some things a little easier to handle in a gamified way, and that is a trim system. Using this device, you can adjust the trim, and the red needle indicates the heading drift. In rough seas like this, it's going to be pitching back and forth a fair bit, but if you consistently see it biased towards one side, you could adjust the trim, which is indicated with that little black needle there, to one side or the other, and it will apply a consistent counterforce to the rudder, rather than having to physically move the tiller and tie it in place or anything like that. Anyway, I sound like a frog here, so I appreciate the views. I'm going to keep working on all of these little systems and hopefully get everything working a little bit better to have a little bit more of a substantial update in a few weeks' time. But until then.